Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Tactics 24/7. My name is Oscar Alva and today we will discuss a highly intense match played between Manchester City and Tottenham. Manchester City dominated the match as they are a good possession based team, but Tottenham found it difficult to create any chances during the match. We will also take a look at the tactical moves during this video and how it helped Manchester City take control of the match. So here's the team lineups for you. For Manchester City, we have Ederson in goal, Cancelo, Stones, Laporte and Zinchenko in defence. In the midfield, we have Bernardo Silva, Rodri and Gundogan. And up front, we have Foden, Jesus and Sterling. As for Tottenham, we have Hugo Lloris in goal, Davies, Dyer, Sanchez and Tanganga in defence. In midfield, we have Højbjerg and Ndombele. And up front, we have Son, Lucas, Lamela and Kane. So here's the team standings for you. We have Manchester City at the top of the table after 22 matches with 50 points, and we have Tottenham having played 22 matches with 36 points. As we can see, Manchester City dominated possession with 61% as compared to 39% of Tottenham. They even had 15 shots on goal compared to 7 shots by Tottenham. Let's start the analysis by taking a look at the Manchester City defensive shape, which was a 4-4-2 mid and low block. They had the back four as usual, with Sterling and Torres dropping on the wings to form the midfield, and we have Jesus and Foden up front in the mid and low block. So here we see a good example of Tottenham defending their corner. They did it in a mix of zonal and man marking as shown. So here's an excellent tactical view of the attack of Manchester City and the defense of Tottenham. The Manchester City players are marked in rectangles and Tottenham players are marked in circles. In attack, Manchester City had a 2-3 shape and sometimes a 2-2-6 shape. When the ball side fullback has the ball, then the far side fullback moves into central midfield to form a double pivot. This term is also known as inverted fullback and is done for two reasons. First is when the fullback is inverted, it frees up the central attacking midfielders further up the field to attack. And by doing this, there is more defensive stability in case of a counter attack. Here we also see Manchester City having 5 attackers in between the lines against 4 Tottenham defenders, with the wingers Foden and Sterling maintaining the width and Silva and Gundogan dropping into midfield a half spaces to receive the ball. As for Tottenham, they formed a 4-4-2 compact shape with Kane and Lucas Moura marking the double pivot of Manchester City. So here's another view of the inverted fullback we were talking about, with Zinchenko moving into midfield to form a double pivot with Rodri, and Cancelo can now move ahead with the ball. Kane gets an excellent free kick opportunity for Tottenham just outside the 18-yard box. Here's a closer view of the ball hitting the goalpost. The move starts with Sterling passing the ball to Gundogan on the flank, and then Gundogan enters the 18-yard box and is tackled by Højbjerg. Here's another view of the Højbjerg tackle. The penalty by Rodri is not good and hits Lloris on the way to the goal, and Manchester City score their first goal in the match. Manchester City at times used an aggressive high press with Sterling, Foden and Jesus up front. As soon as the Tottenham players play the ball to Ndombele in midfield, we can see Gundogan pressing him from behind. Lucas Moura then drops into midfield to support the play but is immediately pressed by Silva. Under heavy pressure, Moura mispasses the ball and Foden receives the ball easily. And here's a view of the Manchester City high press on the tactical goal. The second goal is started by Sterling, who dribbles towards the Tottenham players, and you can see the Tottenham players backing up in order to defend. And after the few moves, the ball reaches Sterling again, who dribbles now inside the 18-yard box. Sterling then passes the ball between 3 Tottenham players to Gundogan, who then dribbles and takes a shot at goal. Here we can see another view of the sterling pass to Gundogan between the Tottenham players. In this magnified view, we see the ball getting past Lloris at his first post. The third goal for Manchester City starts with the ball being passed back to Ederson, and he has two passing options of both the central defenders. Ederson has good long range shooting ability and he immediately sees Gundogan making the run. Here we can see Gundogan running on the blind side of Sanchez. Gundogan then manages to get the ball under control and slots it past Hugo Lloris. Here we can look at the Gundogan run for midfield in another view. To conclude the match, Manchester City dominated the match and used the Guardiola tactics very well, and also pressed Tottenham high up the field when possible, not letting them build up any opportunities. Tottenham on the other hand decided to be in a 4-4-2 compact mid and low block and hit Manchester City on the counter-attack, but with very less possession and Manchester City pressing them very well, they were unable to do so. Thank you for watching this video. Kindly subscribe to my channel Tactics 24/7 by clicking on the bell icon, and if you enjoyed the video, share it and like it as well. See you in the next video for more tactical analysis.